It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to tonight's show of Trains and Tech. I'm gonna do a little washes tonight. I got my paint out, got a brush, got a couple things here on the bench. I might even have some packages, maybe. We'll see about that. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's check in real quick, see who's joining us tonight. We have Mr. Andy Estep in the house. Boxcar Jerry, also known as Jerry Satz, is here. We've got Cascade Southern Model Trains, Rebel in Trains. Conrail Nuts is Conrail Nuts. Are you Conrail 8098 as well? We've got Gary Creepy 013. We've got Don Head is here. Dwight Curley's in the house. John 2618. Crazy Joe 67. Joey from Late Night Model Railroad. Let's say hi to Low Country Railroad. I don't know why I find that amusing every time I see it. Hi, Low. We've got Martin Searsman in the house. We've got Greg from Midsummer N Scale. Andrew, Mr. Petovid is here. Nathan Delay. Nathan, I got your Facebook message. I have not had a chance to look at the video yet. Rayron VR is here. Robert Darby in the house. Roy Eltham. We've got Steve from Wigwag Workshop. Mike the Rail Artist just dropping in under the wire. Thank you for those that got here. Thank you for those that are in the background lurking. We do have the time savers running. It looks like we might have an operator at some time tonight. So there is a secondary stream. If you look, I have 2 live streams going. There's the direct live stream of the time saver, which will hopefully just cycle basically between this view and the other view. The challenge that is going to be attempted tonight is the one in the top left corner. So if you want to stick with that stream or open it up on a second window, that's going on as well tonight. So let's just take a quick look and see how I got to this point. And to do that, I'm gonna actually let's move the boxes off off to the side for, well, should I open one of the boxes now, or should we talk about the painting first? I guess I need some advice. We do have a poll going. So far, the poll is, the question of the poll is, are you a messy painter or a clean painter? 6% says they make a huge mess when they paint. 18% says I never need to clean up. And 76% says a little bit of both. I would probably fall under the I make a huge mess when I paint. And I guess the, well, I don't know. I was going to show the video, but Roy's saying open the box now. Why don't I open, let's open one of these packages. I got 3 here, so I might as well open one of them. Caboose121 with a member chat says, how do I waste this opportunity of a milestone chat? This package came from IPH, which is Iron Planet Hobbies. Iron Planet Hobbies is one of the sponsors. Let me get this open, and maybe we'll play the thank you message in a little bit. But let's get this open and see what we have inside. So this, if we look over here, we can maybe make out, actually, let's change cameras. Let's go to this camera. You can see I've got this MTA Subway Redbird train going on in the back there, and there are DC only, so I was looking for some sound decoders. So what I got in this package is, oh wait, Nathan's asked the question, hold on. So Nathan said, where did you find the subway cars that are running in the background? I happened to get that set on eBay, but for the same price I got the DC set on eBay, if you go to Train World, they're having a big sale. They're always on sale. So check out Train World. Not a sponsor of the show. Iron Planet Hobbies, sponsor of the show. So they sent me, or they didn't send me, I bought, but they are a sponsor of the show. So I bought these Loc Sound decoders, and my understanding is that they're blank. Yeah, blank decoder ready for programming. So 8-pin decoder, it'll drop right in. Oh, it's not working again. Oh, come on. I thought I had everything fixed. Hold on, people. I thought I had things fixed. Apparently not. Let's try fixing them. Now that I know what the problem was, or I should say, I know what fixed it last time. We'll see. I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm really not. The Brooklyn Bridge is in color now. What Brooklyn Bridge is in color? So let's see if I go here and I click on that and click on that. All right, so I'm just going to play this just for fun. Nobody has to give any money. Don't donate or anything. Just want to see if it works. We'll see if it works. It worked this time. Oh, I meant to click on this. Lynn McCurdy says, way to go, Mr. McTovid. You both broke Heath's show. I think he actually broke it last time as well, didn't he? But anyway, I've got these 2 Loc Sound decoders. One for the Redbird, one for the other one that I have. So these came from Iron Planet Hobbies, sponsor of the show. And while we're talking about them, thank you, Mr. McTovid. Thank you, all the members on YouTube and on Patreon. If you want to become a member on YouTube or Patreon, the links are down in the description. And I also have 3 sponsors that offer very generous discounts. So please, please, please check them out.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
So why don't we check out my painting skills, shall we? If you were here early and you saw the trailer, you've already seen this video, but I did prep these before the show, and if you notice, you might be able to tell, this is the shiny plastic. So these have been primed, and in addition to the priming, I painted a little yellow border. I don't know how well you can see the border, but it's kind of like a little safety line on the edge. So I do have a little video. Dwight Curley, I appreciate it. Thank you for confirming. Yes, the super thing now works. But I do have, I airbrushed the primer on, and then I went and I masked off and then painted the yellow line. So I'm gonna play it's a 90-second video of a little bit of what happened when I little bit of what went wrong, let's say, when I did some of the painting of this. So video's about 90 seconds. So unfortunately, the last time I put the airbrush away, it didn't quite get cleaned quite as well as I thought it was. So we can see things are going okay. Things are going okay. David's watching supper, or eating supper while he's watching. So the reason I was putting my finger on the tip is I was creating a little back pressure, which if the hole in the cap isn't stuffed up, it's not a problem. But it kept getting blocked up. Yeah, and I ended up blowing the top off. What ended up happening was there's supposed to be a little hole in the top of the cap, and the air would go out the top, but because the hole was blocked, when I provided the back pressure, instead of going out the hole, it blew the top out. So last time when I painted these guys, I did a much better job cleaning things out. But yeah, so that's partially how I got here, and you can see if I hold it up here, you might be able to see the yellow lines a little better. So what I want to do tonight is, yeah, I know that I shouldn't have to, but I was having a problem and I didn't want to stop and redo it. Why am I using the cap? Probably because I don't know any better. But yes, I should not need to do the back pressure thing. I was only doing it because I just wanted to get through painting these and move on to the next thing. So that's why I was doing it, and I made a mess, and that's what happened. So why don't I know any better? Tom, how much time do you have? Nathan DeLay asked the question a little bit earlier. He asked me if I was better with a brush or with an airbrush. I'm terrible at both. I have such like a block for anything regarding paint. I don't like painting. If I never needed to paint anything, I would be really happy. But I really wanted to get these guys, you know, on the layouts. And I decided to try and be a little bit fancy and do the yellow edges and the priming and stuff. And Adam says, my vent gets plugged so frequently I keep the needle cleaner handy. So what the big problem that I'm really having is it's this paint. The if I hold it in front of my face, it seems to focus. There we go. This paint, the Vallejo paint, I can't get this stuff to airbrush. This stuff is fantastic. This stuff I can seem to not do anything wrong with. This just paints so beautifully. But anytime I use this Vallejo stuff, and so what I did for this primer, is I used the main primer and then I just used this to tint it. So I know it's not for airbrushing, but I thought if you thinned it, you could use this. Or at least that's my understanding, was that the Vallejo Air is just this that's thinned. And maybe that's it. Maybe I'm not thinning it enough. I bought the model color stuff when I was committed to brush painting. And then I decided to get into airbrushing, and this stuff's a nightmare. I also have this stuff. I also got some of the apple barrel paint, and I feel like this works better as a tint, or at least it thins better than the expensive model paint. So, and maybe that's it. I might just not be thinning it enough, and that could be my problem. I haven't figured out the whole thing yet too, and I've got both of these, right? I've got the airbrush. Oh, come on. I got airbrush thinner and airbrush flow improver. And I have found that airbrush flow improver, this one, flow improver tends to work better for me than the thinner. So I don't know. And this is the Vallejo thinner. So theoretically, this is the correct thinner. I use model color all the time in my airbrush, just a drop of Vallejo flow improver. So you use this with just a drop of the flow improver, not thinned down. Yeah, Tamiya acrylic. It's one of those things where I keep watching all these videos and I keep trying things that I see in the videos, and every time I kind of try them, things kind of get a little bit chaotic. Nathan, I would not want a place like Northlands, way too huge, but I would like something a little bigger than what I have now. This is what I probably should do. Just because I'm terrible at airbrushing, I should probably get some of the Model Air just so I don't have to. And everyone says consistency of skim milk. I haven't had skim milk in 20 years or so, so I don't really know what it is. Yeah, I mean, this stuff, if you can't airbrush, get this stuff. And Container Man, oh, I'm knocking everything down. But there is a 6, let's go to this. There is a 6 color set that gives you some color options that works pretty well for most stuff like browns and tans and stuff. But I still find that I want to tint things with the model color, and the second I use that Vallejo stuff, second I use the model color, it gets all bound up, and I just have all kinds of problems. So maybe I should just keep the model color for paintbrush painting and get some of the Model Air for the other stuff, because Consistency of, oh, there you go. So I know what that is. Unshaken oat milk. That's a lot thinner than I realized. It's a lot thinner than I realized. I have those for priming. Yeah, I love those for priming. And that's what I did is basically, this is the primer with a little bit of tint and stuff in it that I made before I got the 6-pack of the various colors. This is like the black and the white and stuff mixed up to give me this color. So if you have trouble with the airbrush, get a rattle can. The problem with rattle cans is I can't spray them in here, so I have to go out. I have to go outside. I don't drink coffee. I don't know what trucker coffee is. I doubt my pressure's too high. I have the CN Neo, which comes with that little tiny power pack that only goes up to 10 psi. So I can't get higher than 10 psi, even on full blast. So, Heath, if I got what I wanted to be similar like Northlands, I would convert entire house and leave a very small space just for me. I feel like I don't need the entire house to live in if I bought it. That's too funny. Yeah. Yeah, I am not patient, especially when it comes to airbrushing. I just need to do it more often. So a big reason I did these and I started airbrushing these is so that I could practice. So, you know, while it's all fun watching the cat fly off, it was a good learning experience. So, yeah, and that's the other thing, right, is I think it's not enough pressure. I think I need a different air compressor. But, yeah, I don't know. I like being able to mix the colors, and maybe that's just me being difficult. But, yeah, so tonight, the plan is to paint with a brush. To make a very watery mix of paint and kind of on these guys basically kind of weather around the edges and the sides to make it look just a little bit more used, and then we'll kind of see what it looks like. Yeah, I think I need a little bit more. Pressure, maybe. Yeah, and John, that's my thing. I mean, the model color stuff just like spurts, and I don't know. I think I do need to. Yes, I'm doing a wash. Hence the title of this video. So while we're waiting for me, the video volume keeps drowning me out. All right. Wow, 40 psi out of a hobby airbrush. Dave begs to differ. Bought True Color TTX yellow, looks like Railbox yellow. Cheap acrylic yellow ochre is a much better match. Before we get to the wash, I do want to open this box. I think there's something very exciting in this box that I want to get to. Yeah, 40. Yeah. I don't think so. Okay, so here's a question before we get into that part. Do I buy like $100 compressor, like one of those master airbrush compressors off of Amazon, or do I spend $350 on one of the nicer Iwata air compressors? I'm leaning towards getting a nicer air compressor to have the control and the, all that kind of stuff. But I would probably be able to buy it sooner if I bought something cheaper. So do I buy an expensive one or do I buy a cheaper one? See, David, the reason for the unboxing is that I can put off doing the airbrushing. So Tom asked, where am I going to put it? I would put it basically right underneath this on the floor. Let's see, overhead. So the spray booth is right here. I would just put it like in that corner there, or yeah, probably just in this corner here is probably where it would go. So I've got a little space carved out for it. I could even put it up on top. I just this is actually, I just got this one. I highly recommend these. They are great for storage. I just got another one so that I have more storage room, but I could put it on top of that also. I've got a little bit of room there as well. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant, so I drink oat milk, unfortunately. Just get a small pancake air tool compressor. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. $89 Amazon Master. Get a pancake compressor. I use a DeWalt once filled. So my problem with the pancake ones that I've seen, they're kind of like bigger. And what's nice about the Iwata one is it's kind of like a little like suitcase, so it would fit on the floor better. But mine is the Dorsup AF182. That's the compressor you have. Is that a more expensive compressor or a cheaper compressor? Cameron, yes, I'm using. I have the Vallejo thinners and the Vallejo flow improver, and then I also have this Impressa flow improver as well, which I don't really know the difference, but trying different things. Yeah, I agree, Nathan. I like the spray cans, but I just don't have an easy way to go outside and yeah, the little ones. How well do those work though? I can't believe that those would be offering a higher PSI than the little compressor I have. I just ordered a moisture trap as well. It's not here yet, but it's coming. It's coming. I got a yeah. Well, see, I don't want to go through what Rick went through with his compressor. I just want to get one that I just want to get. I want to buy one once. I think Rick has like 5 compressors now or something. So I won't need the moisture trap with the one I have or with a new one that I get. But I do have. I have this hose that's run to the window, and by turning, the booth used to face the other way. If you know, like what used to be turned so you could see into the booth, now it's set up. Luke, you got to change the turnout. When I had it turned, the hose didn't reach. Now that I turned it this way, the hose reaches the window. So it blows out. Mike says, open the dang package already. Oh. All right, Luke, I just reset the power. You should be good to go. Oh, we use... Hey, Luke, check the direction of this turnout right here. So we're being slightly distracted. I know. So this turnout is good. There you go. There you go. Check your DMs. Uh-oh. So Roy is suggesting this guy. And this is, I think, is this one of the ones that, what's his name? I can't remember now. Rick was having trouble with? Master airbrush, because this would be nice too. I mean, this would fit in the corner nicely. Heath, are the toys for your kids that I see in the background on the floor? Yeah. Funny. Yes, these toys down here are for the dog. When the dog comes down, I need to keep her occupied. So, yeah, some people say get the one with the tank. The only problem with the tank is you got to remember to empty it and everything. Would a basketball pump work? No, probably not. Rollers. Oh, there you go. Wigwag's working on an updated workshop tour. As soon as my lady cleans up her hobby bench. Yeah, but blame her. Blame her. Okay, so where was I at? I think I got this. I got this. I got that side. Okay, did I cut this side yet? All right, so that side's cut. Ron says, Heath, I just sent you one. Ron, if it's in Facebook, I'll have to get it after the show. I don't have Facebook open right now. But yeah. Yeah, if I had the space, it'd be great to to get a 5-gallon compressor. Yeah. I kind of like the idea of these tankless ones. If it does really run quiet, that would be good. Little Heaths. There are no Little Heaths. Or at least none that I'm aware of. Oh, Thomas says this is the one he has. I think you're talking about the one on the Amazon one, right? You're talking about Thomas says he has this one. Yeah, my ears will bleed with a 5-gallon, I'm sure. I don't airbrush that often though, but I mean, by the time I turn this thing on, this thing makes so much noise I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything anyway. This thing's really loud. Okay, so what am I doing? Does anyone know what I'm doing? Oh, we're opening a box. So this box comes with some peanuts. If you guys were on Sidetrack Sunday, I went through and I counted all of the peanuts. So I thought we should count peanuts again. Ooh. Luke, I don't know why that shorted that time. That one is a mystery to me. Oh, although I can't seem to get this on the track. All right, so we're going to count the peanuts. DB Tech just got here, was painting a Lionel. My dog's name is Kiki. Kiki was rescued from the shelter. Before and after. And I can't find the link right now, but yeah, Kiki is here we go. Kiki was a shelter rescue, and this is her shelter picture, and then that's what she looked like when I brought her home. But yeah, she was. Sorry, one second. We got derailments over here. But it was about, I guess, 7 years ago now that I adopted her. And she's been pretty darn fantastic. Don says, don't eat the peanuts. I think these are the ones that, if you wet them, I think they're... No? Oh, they turn into nastiness if you wet them. Don't wet them. I don't know why I just did that. Why did I just wet them? All right, 8:34. We gotta get moving. I know that there is one person in here that will know what these are. Yes, the box is open. Yes. There's one person in here that'll know what this is. But does anybody else besides the one person that know what these are want to guess what they are? They actually smell pretty good. Like you do kind of the smell, like they smell like they're yeah, they smell edible. They smell like popcorn almost. Are they, what are the edible maids one of? Corn? The inner packaging is wet because I sprinkled some water on the peanuts and the package was inside. But no fear. Okay, so has anybody guessed you dare me to eat one? I am not going to eat one. Roy, I said anyone but you can guess. Yes, they're the Constellation cars, and yes, they smell like cornstarch. So if you don't know, there is a company called Microtrains, and they recently made this Constellation car set. And here's the wand to turn the lights on and off on them. And the next 3 were released. I know I didn't say your name, but I figured you would know who you are. Brad says he's here. What did he miss? Do you want me to go back to the beginning and start over? What? My support page is busted. Oops. Let's see. What can I do about that? So what I have things set up so that they I have things set up, you know, where they hyperlink through to other stuff. And apparently one of my links is messed up. Yes, Constellation. Where's the STS car? Lynn, where were you on Sunday? Here is this year's. So if you haven't seen it, here is last year's. This is last year's STS car. Let's do this. This is last year's STS car. So this is the 2020 car, and on this one the logos are split up from one side to the other. And this year's is a wood chip hopper, kind of in honor of Rick. It's got real sawdust on the top, and we've got all the logos are now on the one side of the car. So this was 2020, and 2020 is on top, 2021's on the bottom. So yeah, they're really cool. Really cool cars. I guess I should be running them, is what Lynn's implying, but I'm not running them. And I believe I said this on Sunday, but this is my first Athearn car. So Stephen, the way you get one of these is we give away 1 HO and 1 N-scale car per year, and then we make one for each of the members, and that's it. So there are no spares of those. It's kind of a one and done kind of thing, I guess. But yeah, they turned out fantastic. John did the graphics work and made up the file to be printed. Jason then printed it out and did all the decals, and I didn't do anything. So Eddie, STS stands for Sidetrack Sunday. It's a show that was kind of started by Ray Bobel. Ray was doing some off and on streams on Sundays at 8 o'clock. And John from Schuylkill River Valley reached out to Ray and said, hey, like, do you want, somebody else to do another night so that they can split it up? And then they got Jason involved, and then they got me involved, and then they got Rick involved. So it's like On Track Tuesday. If you saw the show right before mine was On Track Tuesday. So after it's kind of modeled after that. It's a different host every Sunday, theoretically. A rotating group of 4 or 5 hosts, depending on how many Sundays there are. All right, so some people are getting frustrated that, oh, I forgot, I didn't put this back in the Athearn car. I was about to say some people are getting frustrated that I'm stalling, so I'm gonna try and get to opening these so people can see the new Constellation cars. Yeah, you may have been there and you don't you may not have realized it. Oh, I didn't know that. Athearn N-scale box cars are MDC roundhouse tooling. That's pretty cool. Huh. I do have a email list if people want to be notified about the streams that we're doing. There's streams I'm doing. They're on the email list as well. That's one way to stay in touch. There is a Facebook page. There's a Discord. If you go on the bottom, there's a Discord channel and stuff. Dwight wants to know, why am I stalling? Because people keep asking me questions. Stop asking questions. So I'm a Pisces. So I've now got the Pisces. So we got Capricorn, Scorpio, Sagittarius were the first 3. Second 3 that came out were Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. And I will hopefully be doing a review of these probably once they all get released. Dennis, do you know how hard it is to do 2 things at once, to walk and chew gum? You know, if everybody could walk and chew gum, everyone would do it. So let's see if we can get a little closer. The lights are kind of shining on this one. But yeah, so they're nice looking cars, and they do light up as well. I don't know if you'll, this side maybe? One of these sides. I can't even see if it's lighting up. Oh. Helps if I use the correct side of the wand. Nope, maybe it's this side. Should be the non-brake wheel side, I thought. But maybe it's the brake wheel side. Come on. Why isn't this going on? Well, it's supposed to go on. Let's try a different one. I thought I got the lighted ones. I was supposed to get the lighted ones. Nope. Nope. Are these not the lighted ones? Oh, why is it nothing works on a live stream? Discord, yes. Mr. Container Man found Discord today. Wooden sides, excess height. Did I not get the ones that are lighted? I mean, they sent me the wand. No, it's the lighted price. I don't know why I can't get these 2 light up. Why when I try things? Because, yeah, exactly, Andy. It's a live stream, so it's just not working. Let's grab this. This one's out of the package. Maybe if I use the one out of the package, it'll work. There we go. That one worked. So you can see the light comes on and off. Oh. Now, of course, I want to see if one of the other ones works. Thank you, Mr. Roy. They only have, they only came out with lighted. Yeah, I gotta believe the lighted probably does much more popular. There we go. So I will say, if I was going to critique these at the completed train called the horoscope, I don't know. So if I was going to critique these, here's what I would say. When you've got these all lined up in a train, and you need to touch the end of the train to get it to come on, and it's that sensitive, right? You can't get the magnet down in between the cars. So to turn these on and off, you have to come in from the side. They are not charged by track power. They have plastic wheels, so there is a battery inside. But that's my biggest complaint about these, is just that you can't magnet them on the top. You have to magnet them on the end, and that's just not, it's not great. But this is the same style car as like the Thomas Kincaid. It's the same style car as the Solar Series, which there's a video on my channel with showing off all of the Solar Series cars. And I really do like the sets, except for that one little thing. The details are great. High cube boxcar. I forgot what they were called the other day. Use a different magnet. Mount a magnet on a lolly stick. I should try that. I've got some neodymium magnets over there. I could definitely try that if I could just like get one on a little string and drop it down. Conrail says the time saver's not running. Is he stuck? He hasn't texted me yet that he's stuck, or has he texted me that he's stuck? He hasn't said he's stuck, so I don't think he's stuck. He's in chat. He'll let me know if he's stuck. Someone 3D print a right angle magnet holder. Why doesn't Microchains come out with a right angle magnet holder? Great minds think alike. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Oh, the stream isn't working? Ah, Pete, you can interrupt me anytime you want. Pete's son is the one that's actually running this, so Pete didn't want to interrupt me because every time I get interrupted, I get dragged away for something. So I've got one more package. Although before we get to that, why don't we do a little bit of painting? Yeah, you use the magnet on one side of the car. You use the magnet on. So the feed is not working. The feed for the time saver is not working. I don't know why that's happening. Agreed. See, yes, right. For all the things you can engineer and put the sensor in the right way, it's oh yeah, look at that. I wonder why it stopped. Oh. I didn't realize what was going on. Okay, 3250 and 3345 need to be pulled all the way back. Pulled back this way. All right. You can make part of your time saver backing one of those cars into a magnet and light to unlight them. Oh, that's actually a good idea. He's kind of a joke and kind of a real. Can the same manufacturer make a torture train? They do have. I have up there one of their Halloween sets. They do have Halloween sets that are actually pretty. I don't know that I'd say they're scary or anything, but they're. Oh, that kind of exploded a little bit. The Halloween sets, they've got some, and one of them is like a monster set. But yeah, they do some cool. They do some really interesting, different trains and stuff like that. So, all right. So what I'm doing now that I made a mess out of myself. I can't believe I thought that stream was going the whole time. What I did was I hit start recording instead of start streaming. So it should be working now. What I'm trying to do is get the top off of this paint bottle. What I want to do is put a couple of these little beads in here, and the beads are going to help mix this up. If I don't drop all the beads all over the floor. Nick, what's going on? All right, so beads are in. Yeah, I mean, this stuff is thick. I really should just get some of that Model Air paint. Okay, so we're going to close that up, and now I should be able to shake it. Yeah. The hard drive probably is full. I don't even know where that was recording to. I'm going to have to remember. I need to remember the different things. I have to check the Amazon link, and I need to check the hard drive. Amazon, and then hard drive on the time saver. These are my notes I'm taking right there, so hopefully I'll remember to do this stuff. So I'm going to shake this up for a little bit. Hey, Derek, what's happening? It's been a long, winding road for us as well. So don't feel like you are at all left out. I don't know how loud this is going to be, but we're gonna let that do its thing for a second. I don't know if you can even hear how loud that is. Hey, Rich from K&R, welcome. Yeah, don't spill paint on my notes. So I'm gonna use water, and I'm gonna thin it down a lot, and I'm gonna just try and I'm gonna do the edges. I'll do all these edges, and then I'm gonna do basically the edge where the yellow is to knock that down a little bit. Oh, you can't hear it? Heath, which is better, scratch building or steampunk or both? Nathan, to answer this question, I really like your scratch built steampunk builds. I think they're really cool. I like they're really inventive. So it's blending with my tonight. So the color that I'm using is, oh, this is maroon matte. This doesn't look maroon. This looks brown. It looks very brown, but it says it's maroon. But it, oh no, sorry. M-A-R-R-O-N flat, I think is the, or sorry, M-A-R-R-O-N matte, I think is the finish. And it is, it's flat brown, it says. So I am just dropping, come on. Dropping a little paint in there. So I don't want too much paint because we do want it to be a wash. What derailed? What, yeah, I don't know what it says right here. M-A-R-R-O-N matte. I was hoping you would know. If you don't know, I don't know who's not going to know. Moran, M-A-T-T-E. I don't really understand what it is. I just did a Google search for Moran matte, and this is what came up. So I don't know what it is. Oh, it's French. So Moran is brown in French. Ah, there we go. I'm glad somebody speaks French. Okay, so let's add a little water. Now, normally I would probably cut this with alcohol. I personally, I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong. I have no idea about anything anymore regards to painting, but I do like cutting my washes with alcohol. I find that they dry a lot faster. It's acrylic, so it's water-based. You know, I don't know. Royce's washes should be both alcohol and water. Well, there you go. The reason I was thinking of not using alcohol in this is I wasn't sure if the alcohol would take off the yellow on the edge. So that's why I wasn't going to add water. I was just going to use, or that's why I wasn't going to use alcohol. I was just going to use water. But let's do a little test and see what happens. Let's go with this. I think it's a little lighter than I might kind of want, but I think it's gonna dry and maybe look the way I want it to. So I'm going around the edges first. And the idea being that, you know, the trains and whatnot probably kicked up some dirt along the edge of the dock. So I want to basically sort of simulate that. And then what I want to kind of simulate is that most of the foot traffic happens in the center. So I'm going to put the wash on the edges. And normally I overdo everything. So I think I kind of like that this is a little bit lighter, because we'll, you know, hopefully I can add multiple layers if I need to, but I figured this would just be a good place to start. So somebody mentioned needing a bigger brush. I could have used a bigger brush. I guess I don't know why, but I thought this would be a good size just to have a little bit of control over what I was doing. And, you know, I don't necessarily want to get it everywhere. I just want to get it on enough where it'll drip down a little bit, and it'll, you know, I don't know. I want it to be a little splotchy. I want it to be a little bit messy and stuff. Nathan, as of right now, I don't have any plans for any tunnels, especially not on the time saver. I'm not completely sure what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the layout at any point. I do have the low shelf that is now just collecting a bunch of crap that is going to become an extension at some point, but I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I do have one more package to open, Dave. I don't know what the question was. He didn't mention the accent part. Oh, part. I'm doing this on wax paper. The reason I'm doing it on wax paper is that I'm hoping these won't completely stick to the wax paper, but they might. And I'm just I'm probably being a little heavy-handed now, but I think I don't know. I'm debating whether I should add more tint to this or not. Needs some drippage is what you're saying. Yes, that's my goal. My goal is drippage. My goal is to just, like, not... I'm trying to take the approach of multiple thin layers and not a lot of, you know, real heavy layers. But, you know, we'll see. We can always add... We can add more layers, you know, as we go. So, Jerry says he keeps losing sound. Wondering if anybody else is. I could be having sound issues. I wouldn't put it past me if I was. Issues seem to be my middle name, so there is that. So I'm just letting it pool up a little bit, and then when I like lay it over, it just sort of all drips down. Drippage, getting the drippage. I guess I didn't realize how long it was going to take to paint all these. I thought it would only be like a minute, but it's definitely taking me longer than I expected. But yeah, do people use washes or do people use powders more? Because my other thought was using some powders for this to kind of make these edges dirty with powders, but I'm not really familiar with them. I've done some washes before, so I thought this was kind of the safer bet, I guess you can say. And I'm sort of hoping that my theory is that this is gonna drip down to where things need to drip and make it look just perfect. But we'll see. I mean, it's N scale. It's all hard to see. Tim CB368 Production says depends on the look you want, which, of course, if I knew what look I wanted, I would probably be much better off. I'm kind of making this up as I go. I didn't really look at what are they called? Reference images. I just sort of thought to myself, you know, I've loaded up on some loading docks, and there's always, you know, brown goop in the corners, and it's always kind of a, you know, a dirty area with kind of a wear pattern sort of in the center where, you know, where there's not as much foot traffic. What I may do is do a second layer and do like the whole thing so that the edges are maybe a little bit dirtier than the front. Andrew, I also saw a guy demonstrating weathering powders at a highway rest stop this weekend. I wonder if we were at the same rest stop by perchance. Andy and I ventured out to Long Island and went to a NMRA meeting. I guess it was more of an NMRA meeting. And for whatever reason, they got use of the community room at a highway rest stop. So you basically have to drive there, and it's literally a rest stop off the side of the highway. So, yeah, Edward, I need a lot more practice weathering, and that's, you know, that's why I figured instead of practicing off camera, I would just turn the camera on and do it in front of everybody, because, you know, when weathering, you might as well just embarrass yourself and do it in front of everybody instead of doing it in the comfort of your own home and the privacy. So this one I seem to be taking a little bit more of a just put it everywhere approach, but we'll see. Let's see what Dennis had to say. If you haven't seen, Dennis does some great weather. Don't be afraid to use a couple more earth tone washes at the same time. Wet on wet, you'll get randomized earth color. Oh, that's an interesting thing too, right? So basically just keep adding a couple different washes. Maybe I'll do that. I've got time. All I've got left is one box to open, or one package to open. I know nobody comes here for the unboxings because they take so long. Men's or women's or others? It was the community room, so it was both. They did have bathrooms there, though. It was actually a pretty nice rest stop. They had a a little like food area that was called Tastes of New York. And the food area was all like Brooklyn, Queens, New York area, like food stuff, which I thought was a pretty nifty sort of little thing for that. Yeah, I may need more tint of the brown, but what I might do is do what Otter Creek was suggesting and just get a different color. And I went with brown instead of black because at the weekend event that Andy was actually talking about going to, the guy says he doesn't really use black for things because, you know, things in nature are generally not, you know, black. They're generally more brownish. So the idea was to use that. Andy says, I was so relieved Taste of New York was not just licking doorknobs. Andy, I don't know which New York you go to where that is appropriate, but yeah, no comment. So Dave BNSF says gray or brown. And that's probably, I don't know what I might use. Yeah, I got a couple like yellowish, tannish colors that might work. Well, this definitely looks dirtier, that's for sure. So this is definitely accomplishing that goal. And I do kind of think that once this is all like on the layout and stuff, that this will all kind of blend in and so when people do their washes, does stuff kind of get all over the place like it is on like it is for me? So that's all of them. And that's wash this. I'd be worried about something else at a rest stop. This rest stop isn't like that, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I need to mark this somehow to know I put the beads in it. And you know what I would like to use? I would like to use these red stickers that I have, but I can't find the red stickers right now. And I don't know where I put them. Oh, they're up here. So I'm going to put a little Avery red sticker on this paint bottle. And the reason I'm doing that is to mark that I have put beads in it so that I don't put more beads in it. And I actually need to do this one as well because this one has beads in it. Daniel says, depends what I'm trying to accomplish. Just a basic wash, yes. Pin washes targeting special details, no, not nearly so messy. I have noticed that the pole that I've got going has shifted a little bit in answers. 11%, huge mess when I paint. 24%, I never need to clean up. And 65%, a little bit of both. So it used to be more people had selected a little bit of both, but things are changing. Ethan, I happen to like both. Yeah, I made a mess on the wax paper, but that's I've got if you didn't notice, so there's this brown paper on the desk, and then I'm on top of wax paper here as well. So it you know, I get the best of both worlds. And I'm gonna add a little bit more wash over this yellow right there, just to try and tone down that yellow a little bit more. So we've got one more package. Did you mean mess on your wax paper or the way you're applying the wash to the model? I meant mess on the wax paper. I'm curious if other people end up with as much sort of runoff as I do. Like all this runoff here from the wash. I'm just sort of curious if that's pretty common for people or not. Yeah, some of them are pretty nice. But yeah. Did the theater use true black to hide things? My sister's a theater major, and I remember her using flat black in the back. I worked in theater, and they literally, all the fabric stuff were called blacks, and the intention was that they would theoretically absorb stray light. But yeah. Bernard, welcome to the party. Daniel says, oh, I'm usually neater, but not always. Yeah, this is probably pretty neat for me. It's drying pretty nice though. I think it's kind of the right amount of dirty, at least so far. Heath, put the wax paper in a cookie tin, no runoff. There you go. I do want to get some metal cookie tins. I've got the static grass applicators that Container Man sent me, and I want to do tufts. I think tufts would be a good thing to make for that. So I want to do cookie sheets with wax paper and make the tufts. I haven't bought the cookie sheets yet. I haven't bought the cookie sheets yet. I think I just need to go to like a 99-cent store or something like that. That's why I use a paper towel. You don't have to worry about getting your hand in a puddle or your finely painted models. I do have paper towels up there. What I was thinking of using the paper towel for was to like kind of wipe off the bottom, but it's not really sticking to the wax paper, so I don't really care. Container Man, I think he goes out of his way to miss my comments. Probably. I could just use aluminum foil as well. Whether I use aluminum foil or baking sheets, I still have to buy something. Ah, interesting. Use parchment paper, not wax paper for tufts. I don't have parchment paper down here, but I do have stuff. So I'll write that down here. Aluminum foil. So I'm writing these notes right here on the page, but I'm writing them quickly. And what I don't know is after the show, if I'm going to even remember what any of these notes mean. So you're also getting stuff done more quickly because you're doing a live stream. Yeah, I was rushing a little bit with the wash, but that's also why I did the yellow lines before the show, is because those took a lot more time, and the wash was definitely much easier to do quickly. So, hey Artie, what's happening? Metal cooking tins is what I'm talking about. The cookie sheets, I guess, is the other way of putting it. So I've got one more package here, but I do want to take a quick look. Let's see where Luke is at. So if I look at this, so RA1 is 3250. So RA1 would be in the center here, and that red one is going to go to the center eventually. 2510 is the dark green one, which he's got over there in the right spot. 2533 is track 1-1, which is right here, so that's in the right spot. 3345 is this guy here. So it looks like he's working on getting 3345 in the correct spot right now, and then after he gets that one in the correct spot, I'm guessing he'll take 3250 and move it over to the center. So that's going on a different stream, if people want to check that out. And I forgot to make it live in the beginning because I goofed it up, but it's happening now. Christmas cookie tins. I don't get many Christmas cookies. Cupcake cooking tins. I don't know how I would do it. Cupcake cooking tins, I think, are too deep for me to really use the static grass applicator. Adam Cruz says I use parchment for the ones I posted a while back on Discord, but for large sheets, lawns of grass, it's still stuck. Nathan, which would you rather, real Spider-Man on the subway or graffiti on the subway on both models or none? Probably graffiti. Been using cheap acrylic called pavement to make oily wheels and rolling stuff. There's some really good pavement type paints, asphalt type paints lately. Yeah, and the reason I want to use the cookie tins is I could just clip the negative wire or the positive wire, whichever it is, of the static grass to the cookie tin, and then the whole bottom would be sort of energized, which is why I want a cheap cookie tin, so it's not like, doesn't have any like Teflon or anything like that on it. So it's 9:15. It's probably a good time to get to the last unboxing, and we'll check in on the time saver after I get this open. This was an eBay purchase. I think this company's out of Chicago. I end up buying a lot of stuff from these guys, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But no peanuts, or at least not yet. Let me move this back this way. There we go. I thought we were talking about wet wash bins. Grass tufts, best made on wax paper, easy to pull off. I've got wax paper. I just want to get the tin. Yeah. Yes, it will. It'll stand up straight, and so will everything else. So if you can't guess, these are some more N scale items. Because, I don't know. Because I've got such a huge layout behind me. As you can see, my low shelf is just filled with N scale track to run stuff on. Did I show these? I got a bunch of these little bins, and I've been using these bins as little project bins to like put stuff in. I just realized I've got one here. I know it's different than cupcake tins. It would be like for small screws and stuff. But I've been liking those to kind of put things together. So let's open this one first, because it's got you got peanuts from Sparky? Maybe. Not, it's not in here. Bernard, look at Andy's comment, 2 up from you. This spot, it seems to keep getting stuck in that one spot. So. Nope. Is it gonna focus? Come on, focus. There we go. Unfortunately, I don't live on Chinese takeout. Yeah, 240. Why not just go right up to 277? Yeah, I was coveting it. That's why I was asking about on a previous stream. I was asking about like what to wrap it with, what sort of plastic stuff. Yeah, I know. I know, Manshed. I know. I've got lots of problems. I've got lots of stuff. I actually have down here on the floor some boxes that need to go way up there, and I haven't put them up there yet because I haven't taken the ladder out. But yes, I keep telling myself, like, okay, I'm not going to buy anything else. I keep telling myself that, and then I go and I buy, and then I go and I buy something else. So I can't seem to win. I just realized the train behind me is like going down at an angle as opposed to more level. If I was over here, it would be more level. Am I crooked? Do I need to straighten myself up too? I may need to look into that. Yes, the Motorman will work on curves and straights. I believe you can have like up to 6 blocks on it as well. So it's not just for straight back and forth, but it can do other stuff as well. I actually thought about adding a curve in the corner and having it go around the side and then come back, at least for maybe one of the scales. But then I kind of looked at all the stuff that was on that shelf and I said, yeah, Dennis, it does, because everything's still in the cases because I don't have track to really put it on. I've got a shelf up there with a bunch of empty space. I've got a shelf up there with a bunch of empty space. So I just need to move all the stuff that's on this shelf back here. Just needs to kind of get, there's empty space here. I got a plan. I just have to take the time to do it. So okay. 4-track mainline PRR layout next. I wish. The DD1 is DC, and I don't know that I will put a DCC decoder in it. Nix, I am so happy to see you running off to the gym. That's really awesome. I definitely need to do that. Yeah, I do. I have so many shelves that I do actually have some empty space. Dennis, I have not gotten that far yet. That thing is tiny. I haven't opened it up yet, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely not level-headed. And apparently this camera is way off, and I can't believe it took me this long into the stream to notice how far off, out of kilter the camera is. And now that I see it, it's like, it's driving me crazy. But I can't remember. I've got like 6,000 adjustments back here, but I don't know which one is the one I need to grab to rotate it in that direction. It should be this guy. So, that's scary. Don't look at that. There we go. That's a little better. Although now, how out of kilter am I? How's that? Better? Closer. Not quite there yet. Tilt the camera even more and this turns into a Batman episode. Yeah, exactly. Are you running time? Yes. So Russ, I've got 2 live streams going. Luke is actually running the time saver, which is over there. And I've got the time saver streaming up so that people want to watch that. What do you need help with, Pete? Luke cannot uncouple 3345 to spot it on RA1 without colliding it with the roundabout when coming around. Does that help? So there is a way to do it, Pete. You basically would have to uncouple it and then push it into this position. But I just helped you out. It's because you're looking at an angle to the... Yes, correct. I am. But now it's still off a little bit, but it looks so much straighter than it did before. So I am happy with that. Yeah, it's definitely much better than it won. Yeah, I know. I have to do a GG1 video at some point. There are a lot of videos that I need to do that I haven't gotten to yet. There's also an unboxing that I've got to do that I haven't gotten to yet. So I have, and I'm not going to be able to find it, but somewhere in this this area back here, now like I'm waiting, like, oh, I'm going to find it. Microtrains put out some, oh, I didn't realize you couldn't see when I walked by there. Microtrains put out, is there a kiss cam? No kiss cam, not yet. Microtrains put out some April Fool's cars. And basically what they were is they were cars that were intentionally decaled incorrectly. And one of the box cars that I got, instead of saying NYC for New York Central, it said NYO. And I always just sort of thought, oh, that's just a mistake. It's just sort of like a weird thing. Until eventually I realized that it was intentional. And that it was part of the April Fool's series of jokes. So when I saw this car, I felt like I had to get it in honor of Jason the Train Freak. But what it is on the one side of the car, instead of cotton belt, it says Utenbeet. The C in cotton is an O, and you know the L, the second L is made into an E. So I had to get this, and I didn't have to get it. I really wanted to get it. And when I saw this, and I decided I would get it, what I tend to do is find a way to minimize shipping costs, and that usually turns into buying a bunch of stuff that I don't need. Yes, I am definitely bent, and that is why the camera's on an angle. So in addition to the Utenbelt car, I found these two cars, which are the dog food. And make this a little closer, shall we? The dog food reefer 2-pack, which is the kennel ration car and the Doogie dinner car, maybe. You know, having a dog, I thought this was something I also needed. Again, need being the prudent word here. So I got the Utenbelt. Got the dog food. And then while I was at it, I was like, well, I'm already ordering stuff. Might as well, you know. eBay is just, I need to like stay off eBay. I don't know how. You know what I want is my holy grail set of cars at this point is the Lowell Smith circus cars, but he also makes a fruit growers set as well. But you know, because I was already ordering stuff, right? I wanted to save money on shipping by buying some other stuff. And we were actually having a conversation earlier about how, you know, Microtrain stuff isn't prototypical. And like none of these paint schemes are prototypical, which is kind of the stuff I end up liking. But yeah. Nathan, I don't know. Keith, can you put a lobster on your head and show what you got in the mail at the same time? Nathan, I don't know what's going on in your head. I don't know where that question came from. Yeah, the train freak's got some good stuff with Pass More Gas. That is definitely true. So I got these 3 other cars. This one might be prototypical-ish. It's a Pennsylvania Railroad cushioned car, which I'm guessing is prototypical, but I would think the PRR car would not have. Maybe it does. Yeah, Royce says they do make a lot of prototypical stuff, but I don't know, you know, like this car, I haven't looked it up. Is it really a double door? Does it really have the top roof? I don't know. So that one might be prototypical. This one that I got is a It's the Progressive Way call. The Progressive Way, which I think is actually, this is TP&W's Topeka and Western, I think. Maybe. Let's see, does it say? I have to put my glasses on to read. Built in 1944 on Bettendorf trucks. This 40-foot boxcar was built in 1944 and was later sold to the Peoria and Western Railway and placed in a 100-car series. There you go. So that one is, let's see, is this one? Yep, looks like this one's prototypical as well. Built by the same REA shops in 1962 for PRR, this X56 class 50-foot boxcar. Oh, so this one does say prototype. So I guess I wonder the car is prototypical, but is the oh no, I got it, that it was a joke. Uh-oh, so Luke did it. Luke challenged the Journeymans. So he did the Apprentice one last week. This week he did the Journeyman. And the challenge is on the left there. And you see, so anybody that wants to try this, reach out. Let me know. But it sounds like Luke's going to keep banging out the challenges. Here's another one. Pet evaporated milk. I had to get this one. Northern Refrigerator Car 2951. Prototypical data. Series unknown. Built in 1920s. Midwest region. Built in the 1920s, this car was decorated for the Pet Evaporated Milk Company and owned by Northern Refrigerator Car Company. Contrary to the name, Pet was an American brand of high-quality evaporated dry products for human consumption and was founded in 1885. So I guess a lot of it is prototypical, and I'm just out of touch with all the prototypical stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let's take a quick look, actually, before everyone runs away. I'm trying to... these definitely look grimier. That is for sure. Some of these look better than others. This one I kind of completely messed up and sort of fixed it a little bit, but I like all the mess up spots. I actually think the mess up spots are kind of nice. Let's, we can bring this down a little bit more. Yeah. Boom. Tim, I've watched a couple of them. I'm just, James says he's not leaving. Keep going. So yeah, I do think I like where this is going. I might put a little bit more brown on. Although maybe I'll just go to a different color altogether as well. Oh, thanks, Nathan. Now you got John going with the lobster on my head as well. So, yep, it's tax season. I need to get work on it. So Luke has jumped off the time saver. If somebody wants to jump on, head over to the Discord and I can tell you how to get on. But other than that, I do think I am going to wrap this up because I was up at 5 a.m. this morning to go to a job site to have some interesting conversations about some work projects. So we got that going on. So I've got some decoders to install. I got some more N-scale cars. I got to work on my airbrushing. I've got some plans for this back here. Actually, these, if you can see, these shelves here are 12-inch shelves instead of this is 8-inch. So I think I'm going to take this 8-inch, and this 8-inch is going to move over to that wall there. And I'm going to make this 12 inches back here. But it's going to take a little work because I got to modify a couple things on the time saver to slide it out to make room for the shed. I got a lot of projects going on, so stay tuned. A lot of things happening. From the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.